With some conflicting jobs data and headlines ahead of tomorrow's big labor report. ADP private payroll growth coming in hot. There you see it. The figures in December climbing by 235,000 versus the estimate of 153,000. That was a big surprise given the Fed's sort of attention to payrolls and so forth compared to those Wall Street estimates of 153,000. The Fed's sort of attempting to slow the economy just a bit. But big tech firms are continuing their recent string of layoffs. Amazon today announcing it's going to cut 18,000 workers. And here to discuss that are Steve Kovac and Deirdre Bosa. Welcome to both of you. I assume I'm supposed to walk over here now.
I think so, yeah.
Because there's an open seat for me
Join us, please.
to join you. Is this are these cuts a tech problem, Steve, solely, or is it a sign of something deeper?
Well, right now what we've seen is it's a tech problem. It's unique to tech, right? We saw them overhire during the pandemic. There was this exuberance around technology that we're going to be stuck in our homes forever, buying new laptops and computers and phones every year forever. Obviously didn't happen, and now we're seeing the pullback here. And I look at the hiring rates of the big tech firms, and you look at Amazon on one end of the spectrum, over doubled their staff during the pandemic, and now we're seeing them come back to earth. And whereas Apple's on the other end of the spectrum, they only grew by like 20% or so during the first couple of years of the pandemic, and so they were more deliberate in hiring. And of course, we haven't seen them do mass layoffs yet.
Deirdre, I mean, don't you agree that we have to put these in the context of how many people were added in order to understand the significance of how big and how deep these pullbacks currently are?
Absolutely, and Amazon is a great indication of that. As Steve said, they were one of the biggest hirers, and now they're cutting, 5% of their corporate workforce, 1.2% of their total workforce. That's not really going to move the needle much in terms of the broader labor market. Remember that all tech jobs make up just a tiny percentage of that. But I guess the question, is it a leading indicator? Are blue-collar, are warehouse jobs going to follow? And that may move the needle a little bit more. But there's also this question, if you look specifically just at tech, is this enough? Salesforce cut, 10% of their workforce? These are small numbers by comparison for an Amazon, or you take a look at an Alphabet, which also hired a lot, and by the way, spent a lot on data centers and office space during the pandemic, and they haven't cut at all. They're still net adding jobs.
Wow. And Tyler, to her point, we just heard from Evan Stone of Recruiter.com last hour. Where are they seeing big job cuts? At the warehouse space. It was the single biggest place that was shedding jobs other than technology.
Is that what do we know about where those cuts are coming in Amazon? Are they warehouse cuts, or are they corporate and HR and back office kinds of things?
They're corporate, they're HR, and they're also online stores. I mean, none of these companies so far doing any major cuts in places like cloud, which is seen as still very much a growth area. They are some of the fastest growing businesses in these companies, but that growth is decelerating. And there's a lot of questions on the street. How much are those businesses going to decelerate by? It's easy to cut marketing and ad spend, but that enterprise spending, that is a key question for the year ahead. And a lot of companies are figuring that out right now, January, the start of a new year. So a lot of this remains to be seen, and that's why there's questions.
Yeah.
Do more cuts need to come?
Well,